Hey everyone, it's Sierra Game Scott coming to you from the land of Llewdor, at least on the computer. We are playing King's Quest 3, and what I did was I was having a hard time with those silly spells. I actually got everything to work. I thought I was going to have to take some drastic or cheating measures or something to get that storm spell to work, but I guess I'm not sure exactly what I did, but I was able to get into that jar, the empty jar, which is left over from the mandrake root powder. So you do have to cast that spell first. And for some reason, it finally worked. I got it in there, and I'm happy about it. So we do have a magic stone, which is actually a teleport spell. I didn't go through that at all. I figure you saw enough of the spells. And there's obviously the hint guides online if you ever are interested in actually playing the game yourself and run into any trouble. And that's just pretty much using the amber stone and some of the other ingredients we have, and that will allow us to teleport in the future. Probably that doesn't come into play too soon, I don't recall. Anyway, we also have the storm in the jar, not tempest in a teapot, but a storm brew, and that was created from that spell you saw me almost completely create last time. So I have actually come back down here, so we didn't have to waste our time leaving. There's nothing else to be done in Daventry, and as you remember seeing in the distance, there was a ship, and here it is. And so let's go check it out. And well, let's just walk down to the end of the wharf, I guess, end of the docks. And you can see the end of the ship, and there's not too much. You can actually fall off and, I believe, survive and swim, but there's no real point to it, so we won't waste our time doing that. Let's, we can't really get by that guy. Let's talk to the man. And what does this gentleman have to say? You politely speak to the old sailor on the docks. In response, he growls, "Quit your yammering, boy. I ain't got no time for ya. I gotta keep trespassers away from this here jolly boat. Scram. A jolly boat. Wonder if that refers to anything. Well, we'll find out. Let's see if we can find any other members of the crew. Perhaps they are hanging out in a tavern. And maybe you can hear in the background what we do. A drunken sailor is playing. One of the rowdy seamen yells to the barmaid, "Wench, come over here with more rum." So, seems like these sailors are putting down their rum pretty well. Let's talk to the woman. Maybe she has something to say. "Keep your shirts on, you horny buzzards," the barmaid yells. "I'll be there quick enough," even though she actually just served them. "What can I do for you, sir? Can I get you something? I can't spend much time with you, because I gotta handle these seafaring scoundrels that come to town today." Well, they are buying from you. Let's talk. The sailors peer at you through bleary eyes and continue swilling their rum. One who looks like the captain pauses and drunkenly slurs, "Aye, me bucko, be you wantin' passage on me ship? What you running from? Ah, it's no matters. Long as you got gold. Let me see how much gold you got." And we have some gold left over. As you bring out the purse, the captain snatches it from your hand and says, "Aye, lad, I see you do have a wee bit of gold. It's less than me regular fare, but I'll give you a passage anyway. We'll be waiting for you at the wharf, but not for long. The captain and his men down their rum in one long draught, then leave the tavern." Alright, well, they got out of there pretty quickly, and I think that calls for a saved game. We'll handle that quickly. Actually, I would save with the name of these folks. As you can tell, they are probably not the most honest fellows. So, we will continue on, and it seems like if we can come on here, you better get aboard, boy, or we'll sail without you. They will actually sail without you if you just kind of dilly-dally there. As the gangplank is drawn, and you hear the captain shout to his men, "Take his things and put him in the hold until the hole. I guess it's supposed to be hold until I figure out what's to do with him. You have a sneaking suspicion that you have made a big mistake. These are pirates. You think you can just jump off the ship?" And if you hear the little do 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 playing in the background, apparently there is at least a jolly song as the Jolly Roger waves over the ship. Nothing like a little salt air to perk up a boy's spirits. All things being equal, you might have enjoyed this ocean voyage. However, you found your accommodations to be slightly less than satisfactory. Do 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 do. Okay, well, enough of that. it seems like we found ourselves in the bowels of the ship. Now, this is, I think, the part that drove me nuts when I played it, because it's very annoying. It's very hard to figure out what to do. And I'm actually not sure how I ever figured out how to cast all spells and everything beforehand. You see this crate sort of juts out from everything else. It's kind of one of the tells from some of the early Sierra games. If something kind of seems to stand out from the rest of the background, the rest of the graphics, you know you probably need it. So let's take this box. And now we're carrying it. Okay, so we're in the cargo storage, or cargo area, I guess, whatever you want to call it. And I guess we need to climb on box. Let's okay, jump. Well, oh, I know what we need to do. We can't get up there, so drop box. And then I think we need this box to get onto the bigger box, and that lets us up. As you can see, for some reason they left the ladder dangling. And jump box. Jump box. Alright, we're up here. Let's climb the ladder. Oh, jump, maybe? Alright, so we've done a lot of jumping, and now we are up here. Well, now it's interesting that a pirate captain has quite a considerable office. But then again, I guess he still has to chart courses and the like. So, well, let's go for a save. Don't normally like to waste your time like this, but shouldn't be taking up too much time. Okay, so essentially, occasionally, I don't think there's anything you can really do here, except there is a shovel, which I believe you need. So let's take that shovel. Oops. Take shovel. And you can see back here we've got some bunk beds, and that's obviously where the pirates sleep, which is kind of a nice little added element of realism, which I always appreciate in a Sierra game or any game. And sometimes there's actually a pirate back there who might try to grab you, but okay, so the captain's gone. Well, let's see what his quarters look. This must be the captain's cabin. He seems to be a bit more tidy than his mates, as the room is clean and orderly. Against one wall rests his bunk, with a large chest at its foot. Across the room is his desk, with a chart tacked onto the wall. Let's take a look at that chart. You stare at a chart tacked to the wall. It traces the route. The ship is now sailing. It leaves Llewdor, crossing a wide ocean, and arriving at the foot of a mountain range. An X has been marked at the arrival point. Looks like these pirates are very stereotypical pirates who are looking for treasure that is marked by an X. So, how do we open the drawer? Guess we can't do that. Well, let's open the chest. Look in chest. You found all your missing possessions. You take them with you. Alright, well, for some reason they storm in the captain's quarters. Let's see what's out here. Sometimes there actually could be a pirate out here, and pretty much you don't have much that you can do. I think you can actually jump from here, but you don't want to, because that's game over. There could be sharks here. I think sometimes they even try to throw you overboard here. I'm trying to remember to the best of my knowledge. It's been a little while. So, well, I guess there's not too much more to do. We can probably just save quickly like that. Hope that wasn't wasting too much of your time. Alright, well, let's go out on deck in our final few minutes. And wow. We can keep going. Well, let's see what's all the way on the top. You've unsuccessfully defied the laws of gravity. Now, I don't know if you can get into the crow's nest. I thought a pirate was just going to come out and grab you. I think at some point you might be able to get in there, though. Let's go and take a look. This time, try not to fall. Let's take a look. Looking down from the height makes you dizzy, and you almost fall. Holding tight, you look up and notice a crow's nest on top of the mast. Can we enter the crow's nest? You can't just walk in there, or you fall. Okay. Well, that is what I believed happened. A burly pirate has noticed you from inside the crow's nest. Before you can react, he yells, "You're dead meat, bucko," and slashes you with his sword. It misses, but you lose your balance. Down you tumble to your untimely death. So don't do that. Alright, we'll be back next time with Sierra Games Scott and King's Quest 3. Take care for now.